Welcome back, stranger. As you can see, I'm looking fit, I'm looking tan. This is because I just got back from South Carolina and I'll fill you in on all the details later. I gathered plenty of content there. It was a fun trip, fun week-long adventure, but more about that later. What this video is right now, well, if you're watching this video, it can only mean one thing. I am dead. No, but seriously, if you're watching this video, it means I have finally made it to 500 subscribers. Wow. Yes, that's right, Kimchi, 500. That is halfway to 1,000. That is 1% on our way to 50,000 and 0.1% on our way to 500,000. Which, putting it in that kind of perspective, is not very much. But you know, those were never really my goals. My goals was to create niche content about legends, folklore, alternative history, historical literature, etc. To entertain you and because I enjoy it. And if you don't have fun, what's the point? I started this channel in November of 2017 and didn't get my first subscriber until March of last year. And so in the 14 months plus some since then, I've managed to make it to 500, which is great. It's a great accomplishment, and I would not have been able to do this without you, literally at all. You can't get to 500 subscribers without any subscribers, and that's how it is. So I'd like to extend again a warm thank you. Without you, my subs, this would be impossible. Thanks for sticking around. I'm glad you've thus far enjoyed my ramblings on history and literature and whatnot, all you book nerds and history nuts. And here's to 500 more, and hopefully even more than that. Like I said, to have such a general focus on such an oddball topics, to get anybody to watch this is great. If I died tomorrow, I would be dead. But I would also be fairly content, and that is because of you. Thank you again. Now, I'd like to fill you in on what are some plans we have coming up in the coming month and a half, 2 months, something like that. We're going to continue our series on J R R Tolkien. We got 10 things you did not know about Tolkien coming up, as well as beginning our Legendaria series. We're going to have 10 things about Leif Ericsson you did not know. Leif Ericsson, the legendary Viking explorer who allegedly discovered the New World. We know that Vikings did in fact inhabit Newfoundland in eastern Canada. What was his role in it, etc. What else did he experience? There's a lot of cool stories around him. Heirs to the Indian Empire. Who is the current heir to that fallen kingdom that's been lost since the days of the British Empire? That's a good question, and we're going to look at 10 possible candidates of that. Also, books of legend in the Legendaria series. We're going to look at 10 mystical books of legend, ones that may or may not have existed, etc. We're going to weigh the possibilities of their existence, and we're also going to just look at them and see which one's the coolest, such as like the Voynich manuscript and some other things. The Necronomicon Ex Mortis, or what do they call it in the first one? Oh, I forget. I'll just put the text across here. We're also going to we're going to rate all the adaptations of Tolkien's books, the movie adaptations, from worst to best, etc. I got a good start on that. And we're also going to review the biographic movie on J R R Tolkien. Also, like I said before, I went to South Carolina, recorded a lot of stuff there. So we're going to have a lot of travel vlogs, a lot of fun stuff about the Angel Oak Tree, the USS Yorktown, some colonial settlements, and historic downtown Charleston, and it'll be really fun. You get to see me hanging out with my friends and also learn some exciting things in the process. And those are just the long form videos. We got like several dozen short form videos planned, including updates on Notre Dame, excuse me, not the college, the church, Notre Dame, and what they're doing there. Also, my favorite books that I read in 2018, I want to share them with you. You might like them too. Some of them you've already seen. I've got some videos up on that. I went to a conference in March, got some good footage of that. Presented a paper along with my colleagues at Ferris, and I got, I've been waiting to get my hands on some of the footage back, but as soon as I get it, I'll have it up. And also I have updates on my Patreon page that I've recently started, and whoop, that just, raised a few asterisks, didn't it? Well, don't worry, I'll clue you in a future video. So that's what we have planned so far. Left-handed mug too, by the way. It's real nifty. You should always have a left-handed mug, in case you need your right hand for something else. Okay. As promised by my thumbnail, I'm going to read some of my favorite comments left in some of the recent videos. A comment left on the video about Amazon Prime's upcoming Lord of the Rings TV series. Sporan wrote, "The Second Age and the Downfall of Numenor. Excellent choice." I agree, it is a total excellent choice, as I said in the video, by the filmmakers, part of Amazon Prime. I was really worried when they announced that they were going to make this series that it was just going to be a rehashing of the Lord of the Rings book by J R R Tolkien, but I guess it's going to be a lot of prequel material based on some of his short stories, some of his posthumous publications, as well as his Lord of the Rings appendices. So yes, I agree with you, Sporan. Second Age and Downfall of Numenor is an excellent choice. On my Olivia Colman reaction video, the video where I reviewed Olivia Colman's acceptance speech, Graham Lindsey wrote, "Please drop your seat a wee bit as your film cuts your head in half." And let people gawk at my receding hairline? I think not. When you see me in the video and you can only see the bottom of my bottom half of my head, there's a reason behind that. It's because my forehead can land a Boeing 747. And I have a few comments left on my video review of Peter Jackson's They Shall Not Grow Old. Gear DJ2 said, "Wow, that's got to be the most gushing, verbose diatribe I've ever heard." Actually, I would say that statement was there. Gushing, verbose, diatribe. Oh. Could have all been said in a few sentences. Peter Jackson is a bit of a stubby, chubby sort of fellow who obviously eats too much and needs a haircut. Body shaming, really? 2019. But of course, flyaway hair is the sign of a creative, cool person now, isn't it? Well, first of all, gushing, verbose, diatribe, I don't know if you're talking about my video, which yes, it is a long video, and I am quite repetitive, but that's because I love the movie that much. You're entitled to that opinion. It could have probably been said in a few sentences. As to Peter Jackson, why you're so harsh on him, he's not cool because of his unkept hair. He's cool because he makes great films. Some okay films, a couple bad ones, but he makes good films, and They Shall Not Grow Old was one of his best. And that's the true sign of a creative, cool person. DK1692 responded to that, "Grow up." To which Gear DJ2 simply responded with the letter B. I think that's supposed to be a thumbs up. I don't know. But I love how they said I love how they said "grow up" when it was "They Shall Not Grow Old." That's funny. Same video, Taiifox Emperor said, "Also, I love the displayed kindness and camaraderie between the British and captured Germans. Without question, helping move and tend to wounded, etc." Yeah, but they also kind of stole from them and abused them in ways. But for the most part, you're right. They were all just blokes, and they all had, common background. They were just doing a job, and they were, they had families, and they didn't hate each other. They were just enemies on a battlefield because of, well, politics. And of course, Marvelous7 responded, "It brought a tear to my eye." It brought a tear to my eye as well. Kousaburo, I hope I said that right, said, "I hope they do another one, Eastern Front, Gallipoli, etc." I don't know if by they you mean Mortar and Ivy, our channel here, or if you mean Peter Jackson and the filmmakers. If you're talking about Mortar and Ivy, you're right. Doing a review on Eastern Front and Gallipoli. Also, great World War I documentaries. I would love to do that, and yeah, I'll get on it right away. I'll add that to the to-do list. And last in this video, Ibeliz Vanneman said, "Can you speak the Queen's English next time?" I would love to speak the Queen's English, but to be honest, my forefathers disagreed, and now we speak our own version of English, which is a bit different. Some might say a bit coarse, others would say a bit backwater and lazy, but alas, it was the language I was raised to speak, and it is the language I prefer to speak because I'm an American. We got rid of our queen, king. Well, he had a queen too. All right, and on the video on the oldest royal families currently still reigning in existence to some extent, even as if you watch that video, you know there's a lot of fine print to what constitutes the oldest royal families. Danielle Porter wrote, "Why wasn't the German heritage of the British royal family mentioned in the video? Have you ever thought about making a video on how the royal families of European are related to each other through Queen Victoria and King Christian IX of Denmark? No, I have not considered doing a video on that because that is not a video. That is a series of videos. You could make loads of videos, and that is on my to-do list, maybe more on my bucket list. It's down the line, but you're right, that is a good point. And the intermarriages of the European royal families is a really, really tough knot to entangle. I'm sure some people have, professional genealogists who have been in the business for 60 years, but I would love to do that, but that is a lot of work, and I'll get around to it someday, I suppose. Hey, you know, keep tuned in, hit like and subscribe, blah, blah, blah. You've heard the spiel, and I'll crank them out eventually. And on my video about Hadrian's Wall, 10 things you did not know, or was it 9 things you did not know about Hadrian's Wall? Whatever. Jeff Moore wrote, fact number 1 was wrong. The Hadrian's Wall did mark the old border. Beforehand, the Roman slavers came. Before the Roman slavers came, yeah, you could say they were slavers, there wasn't a border defined as such. And I responded, it was a rough border. Throughout its entire use, Romans held lands and outposts north of the wall. And it was a border, and Jeff Moore did point that out, and I do agree that, yeah, especially because this person is from Scotland, allegedly claims to be from Scotland, the wall was in fact the border between definite Roman land and kind of Romanish land. Or was really barbarian land. Yeah, it was a strong defense, but it wasn't, I wouldn't really call it a political border because the Romans didn't see it as a political border. They saw the Roman Empire extending to the ends of the earth. But like you said, you make a good point there. And last but not least, on my video reviewing Wolf Hall by Hilary Mantel, it was I wouldn't call it a scathing review, kind of scathing. I kind of exaggerated my discontent with that book for entertainment effect, but it was definitely a mixed review. I wasn't very fond of the book. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't imperfect. A lot of people liked it. I wasn't a huge fan. Snaggletooth wrote, Wolf Hall is amazing, and you're a plump imbecile who aspires to be a clown. Yeah, I'd say that's accurate. Thanks again for tuning in. Those are your comments. If you want your comments read in the next update video, throw them down in the comment section. You know where it is. Just scroll down. There it is. Leave what you say. Say what you want. And I am not shy to insult. So if you want to criticize me, either constructively or deconstructively, go right ahead. And if I like it, I'll read it. And if I really like it, I will pin it. Thanks again. 500 subs. Here's to 500 more and 500,000 after that. You've been watching Mortar and Ivy. I've been Johnny. You're always welcome when I'm neck of these woods. I'm in.